Let's go.
I went to 3 wrestling camps all over the country, one in Utah at UVU, one in Missouri with a former Olympian, and then one in Brush, Colorado in the middle of nowhere. And then I also competed with the Grit team up in Fort Collins and with Ponderosa as well. I traveled up to Fort Collins every Wednesday and down to Ponderosa every Thursday, I think. Right now, we only have 3 days really to prepare, which is honestly a good thing because we don't want to be lackadaisical going into state. But what we're doing is we still have the whole team come in, whether they qualified or not for state, and we just have them switch out so that we can get different looks in our wrestling technique, and we're just refining a few things, game planning for our first matches at state. And then we're having another school come down and wrestle with us tomorrow, Monte Vista. I think they're a 3A school, and they've got some good wrestlers, so it'll be nice to get some different looks. My favorite memory, I don't know, probably just being at the top of the podium in some of my tournaments, and definitely beating some top-ranked kids that nobody thought I could beat.
Hi, I'm Jack Schauer. We were in a long interview today with Coach Bittler of the wrestling team, and he had some really good things to say. First off, we asked him what his favorite memory was of the season, and he really emphasized on the point of how unified the team was and how they all came together really well in the season. And he also really had a good memory of how Nolan was ranked 7th in the regional tournament, really had no place to be in the state championship, and he fought his whole way up. We also asked him how he thinks Trent's mindset has changed throughout the season and from this year to last year. And he said that Trent's mindset last year was more on, I think I can win a state championship, where this year he had the mindset of, I know I can win the state championship, and he knew that he has the power to go all the way this year. It's Nolan's first time going to state. How have you prepared him for the opportunity for the biggest competition he's ever faced? And so he obviously had some really good points to say on how Nolan has really worked harder than he ever has this season and has really fought his whole way through the regional tournament and through all his matches. And he has prepared really well in the off season. He worked out every day almost, and he really had some good technique and stuff that he worked on over the off season. If he was optimistic for the state championship this year, and he thought that they were really optimistic, he knew that all his wrestlers can pretty much make it in. He knows that state champion or ex-state champion Trent Schultz can become a state champion again this year because of how he's fought. He went in and he beat the 4A state champion and a 3A state champion easily. He knows that he can beat everyone in his weight class. And then he also talked about Big Nico, who has transferred in from Texas. He worked really hard. He's in the heavyweight class, and he's possibly a top 5 contender for the state championship. He also talked about how Nolan and Preston can make it all the way to state championship, and it just depends on their mindset. He also gave us some good points about how Roger Meyer really was more of a JV kid to start the season, and he got put in a weight class where he shouldn't have been, and he should have been in a lower weight class. But Roger worked his way harder, and he battled his way, beat the 3 kid, beat the 5 kid to make it to the state tournament.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna